Hello everyone, welcome to Advanced Knowledge Systems and a warm welcome to AKS IAS Academy, and it offers examination coaching for UPSC CSE, State Public Service Commission, SSC Combined Graduate Level and CLAT examinations. And about me, I'm Sandeep Bhushan, and I take up the analysis of the Hindu newspaper, that is the DNA, of today's 12th of April 2021. And throughout my session, I would be emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases from the Hindu newspaper, wherein we will try to identify the factual, analytical and conceptual questions which will be critical for UPSC Prelims examination. And while you are into the mode of imbibing the keywords and the key phrases in your answer writing for the mains examinations, your answers would be precise and concise, and thereby you would score higher marks in the mains examination. So therefore, this session at AKS IAS Academy will certainly help you clear both the prelims as well as mains of the year 2021. And before we get into the DNA of the newspaper, we would be focusing at the quote of the day. And the quote of the day says that, "Be stronger than your strongest excuses." So what is very important is stop excuses and get into the mode of working that you attain success. So definitely be stronger than your strongest excuse is the mantra for success. And now we'll get into the DNA of the newspaper, and here we would be focusing at the de-escalation and disengagement process which is settled between India and China along the eastern Ladakh, along the LAC between India and China. And both the countries have come together and they have gone ahead with the 11th round of Corps Commander level talks. And this 11th round of Corps Commander level talks have taken place at Chuzul Post, and this is in regards to the de-escalation and disengagement of the troops. And definitely the Chinese military has said that this 11th round of talks might hope India could cherish the current positive trend of de-escalation. That means China is putting forth the kind of positive approach and the trend which is being taken up by the 11th round of talks between India and China, that is the Corps Commander level talks. And from India's point of view, Ministry of External Affairs Minister has said that both the countries have come together and had a detailed exchange of views in regards to the resolution of the remaining issues which are still related to the disengagement at the friction points between India and China along the LAC. And the Ministry of External Affairs Minister has said that this disengagement process has to be in an expeditious manner, and this expeditious manner should be in accordance with the existing agreements and protocols. So certainly the Ministry of External Affairs has made it very clear that the expedition manner should be in accordance with the existing agreement and protocols between India and China in regards to the border issues. And both the sides have agreed to maintain the stability and also agreed to maintain peace and tranquility. And definitely both the countries have gone ahead with the exchange of views, and that exchange of views were in regards to the mutual concern that they would be agreeing to the maintaining of communication, and this maintaining of the communication to maintain stability, peace and tranquility would be through the military and diplomatic channels. So certainly the diplomatic and the military channels are open to maintain stability, peace and tranquility, especially in regards to the issues of mutual concern. And China has also gone ahead with making a statement which for the first time we have seen that China's statement did not come from the Ministry of Defense, but it has come from the Western Theater Command, which is headquartered in Chengdu. So the headquarter of the Western Theater Command of China's military is headquartered in Chengdu. And now for the first time, that is after the post 11th round of Corps Commander level talks, the China statement was from the Western Theater Command. And this is crucial for your understanding that how the Ministry of Defense and there is another command called as Western Theater Command in China that there is a possibility that how both are trying to have a coordination effect to make sure that the disengagement and the de-escalation of the tensions would be resolved, taking into consideration by the maintaining communication through the military and diplomatic channels. And if you look at the 11th round of Corps Commander level talks have been held at Chuzul. So this is the place, Chuzul, that is on the Indian side. The 11th Corps Commander level talks have taken place, and we have seen in the past also among the Corps Commander level talks which were held even in the Moldo post. So this is the Moldo post which is on the Chinese side, which Chinese claim that it is their part. That is Aksai Chin, which we call it as Aksai Chin, and they are considering it as their land. So we have the LAC. This is the LAC between India and China, and the recent or the 11th Corps Commander level talks has taken place at Chuzul post, and we have seen that others in the past Corps Commander level talks have also been held at the Moldo post. So this is the geography based explanation, map based explanation, that where is Chuzul and Moldo along the LAC in the Indian side and the Moldo post in the Chinese side. So we have also seen that there is a Pangong Lake here, and the Resang La Pass. We have seen recently the Chinese troops have crossed over the Resang La along the LAC into the Indian border, and there were also issues that these Chinese troops have crossed the Spangur Lake and also crossed the LAC through the La, that is the Resang La Pass. So these are the conceptual understanding that we need to take it into consideration for geography map based. And now we will look at another news which is in regards to the study which was being taken up by the researchers by the Central University of Kerala, and this study has been carried out by the researchers to make sure that how the monsoon has changed due to various reasons, and this was carried out by the researchers, and they have said that, or they have found that monsoon was much stronger 7,000 to 5,000 years ago from today, and the monsoon has undergone a cyclic change, and this cyclic change of the monsoon the reasons are that it is caused by variation in solar radiation. So this is the concept which you need to understand for UPSC Prelims perspective, that as per this study carried out by the researchers from the Central University of Kerala has found that the monsoon, which was stronger 7,000 to 5,000 years ago, has undergone a cyclic change, and this cyclic change is caused or else the reason for the cyclic change or from the stronger monsoon which was 7,000 to 5,000 years ago is because of the variation in solar radiation. So this is the keyword which you need to understand, how the solar radiation is directly linked, or the reason for the cyclic change, which wherein the monsoons earlier were stronger during or dated back to 7,000 to 5,000 years ago, and the study conducted was carried out in the Indian Ocean. Again, this is a keyword useful for prelims, and they have gone ahead with the studies in the Indian Ocean to understand the changes in the monsoon that is in the past close to 5,000 to 7,000 years ago. And this study which was taken up by the researchers has helped to forecast the monsoon variability. So another keyword is this study will help the forecasting of the monsoon variability, and definitely the research which was taken up, the result of the research would be used for building models. First is to forecast the monsoon variability, and the study will help to forecast the monsoon variability, and it will be used for building models. And these models which would be built would offer an insight into future variation of monsoon, that is in the monsoon, especially during or in the context of the global warming. So the importance of the study is for the forecasting the monsoon variability and to use building models, so that the building models would offer insight into the future variation in the monsoon, and this future variation in the monsoon, especially during the entire global warming which is being taken up, or which the entire planet Earth is experiencing. And the monsoon, definitely the study is necessary for forecasting the monsoon variability, because the monsoon is critical to Indian economy. And this is a key phrase which could be again used in the mains examination, in the general essay also, that the monsoon is critical to Indian economy. Critically evaluate. So this could be a probable question for the mains 2021, because there is a study, and the study is forecasting the monsoon variability, and it is also depicting that the monsoon was much stronger 5,000 to 7,000 years ago, and there was a cyclic change which has taken place, and that is because of the solar radiation. And on the basis of this study, the possibility of framing a question in the mains UPSC is that the monsoon is critical to Indian economy. Critically evaluate. And the study also said that there are weak monsoons and strong monsoons also. That is, a cyclic change is happening, as we have understood the insights of this study, that a cyclic change because of the solar radiation, the monsoon is sometimes weaker or sometimes stronger, and whenever it is weaker, it is leading to severe droughts and famine, and these severe droughts and famine affect the economy and the food security of the India. And whenever there is a strong monsoon, definitely we have experienced the floods, especially in Kerala and also in the northern part of the India, that is UP, Bihar. So these are the importance that we need to look into the insights of the future variation in the monsoon, and this will definitely, that means the study will definitely be used for building models for the future variation in the monsoons, and therefore the monsoon is critical to Indian economy. And the main finding of the report was that monsoon started weakening 4,200 to 2,000 years ago, which we are talking about the present monsoon condition. So this study has taken into consideration that 5,000 to 7,000 years ago from today, the monsoon was strong, but the monsoon started weakening since 4,200 to 2,000 years ago, right from the present monsoon condition. And the study has found that the strong summer monsoon is approximately every 10,000 years in the last 55,000 years. So definitely here we are focusing on the weak monsoon and strong monsoon, and the monsoons were stronger 5,000 to 7,000 years ago, and the monsoon started weakening from 4,200 to 2,000 years ago from the present situation. And the study also has made it that the strong monsoon or the strong summer monsoon is for every 10,000 years in the last 55,000 years. So definitely there is a strong and weak, and also again the strong summer monsoon. Please do understand, we are talking about this strong summer monsoon is for every 10,000 years. So this is the analysis, the data which we need to focus for the prelims perspective to understand the conceptual understanding about the strong monsoon and the weaker monsoon, and the kind of cyclic change because of the solar radiation. And when we look at the long-term records, the researchers have looked for the monsoon details, especially in regards to the geological records. Why they have focused or looked at the geological records is because the instrumental records which India has, or Indian monsoon, regarding to the Indian monsoon or rain gauge data we have, is available only for 150 years. That is why the researchers have looked for the long-term records, that is focusing or looking at the geological records, and the researchers have reconstructed the monsoon variability. That means the importance of the monsoon variability is crucial, and that is why the researchers have reconstructed the monsoon variability, focusing on the geological records rather than the instrumental records. And by focusing or reconstructing the monsoon variability, they have gone into the reconstruction of the monsoon variability, the researchers, by using the marine sediment core that is from the Andaman Sea. So the importance is that reconstruction of the monsoon variability is by the marine sediment, and the marine sediment were collected from the Andaman Sea. And what is that we can understand by using the marine sediment and reconstructing the monsoon variability is that, because that is especially from the Andaman Sea, is because Andaman Sea has been selected to identify the marine sediment core and reconstruct the monsoon variability because of the excellent preservation of fossils in the Andaman Sea, and there is significant influence of river water runoff in the Andaman Sea. Because of these two reasons, that is an excellent preservation of fossils and the significant influence of river water runoff. This is a keyword, influence of river water runoff in the Andaman Sea. The Andaman Sea has been selected, and the researchers started using the marine sediment core for the reconstruction of monsoon variability, so that we can understand the concepts of weak monsoon and the strong monsoons. So here the keyword is Andaman Sea, and then marine sediment, monsoon variability, excellent preservation of fossils in the Andaman Sea, and significant influence of river water runoff. And not to forget, the researchers have focused or looked at the geological records rather than the instrumental records. And the sample fossil shells which were identified in the Andaman Sea, they have gone ahead with the dating using the radiocarbon dating techniques. So the researchers have used the technique, that is the radiocarbon dating technique, for understanding or using or making sure that the timeline, whether it is during the strong monsoon or weaker monsoon or strong summer monsoons, and the researchers have gone ahead with identifying or taking into consideration of the samples. They have measured the isotopic and chemical composition of each sample, that is samples of fossil shells, and they have measured and analyzed, and this analysis has given the temperature and salinity of the seawater in the Andaman Sea. And this temperature and salinity of the seawater at the time when foraminifera, that is a single cell organism, was alive. So here again, by the isotopic and chemical composition which were measured by the samples of the fossil shells in the Andaman Sea, by the marine sediment core, has been taken into consideration by using the radiocarbon dating technique, and thereby they have analyzed the temperature and salinity of the water, and they have also tried to understand the single cell organism which was alive, that is the foraminifera. That is, foraminifera is a one which is a single cell organism. So this is the keyword which you need to understand, that is foraminifera, which is a single cell organism which was alive. And this also tells about the freshwater runoff levels in the oceans from rivers. That is why we have looked at the significant influence of river water runoff, because Andaman Sea has been selected for the excellent preservation of fossils and the significant influence of river water runoff. And that is why here, if you look at this entire samples have identified, or it is now focusing at the freshwater runoff levels in the ocean from rivers, and thereby we can also understand whenever there is a less saline condition, and this less saline condition indicates increased rainfall. Please do understand, whenever the salinity of the water is less, that means there is high rainfall. Whenever there is high salinity of the water, that means the rainfall is reduced or decreased. So this is the direct link of the rainfall to the salinity. So these were the analysis which were taken up by the researchers by the University of Kerala, and they are focused at the weak monsoon and strong monsoon, and they have also looked at the data focusing on the records of the geological records rather than the instrumental records, and they have gone ahead with understanding the foraminifera, which is a single cell organism. And now we'll focus at the another news which talks about the Guwahati High Court. And here the Guwahati High Court has cleared man of foreigner. So here the keyword is man of foreigner. So we know that in Assam, there was the National Register of Citizens, that is NRC, which has been taken up in the year 2019. And when it was updated in August 2019, March 24, 1971 was taken as the cutoff date for detecting and deporting foreigners under the Assam Accord 1985. And this March 24, 1971 is crucial for entry into the NRC. And this NRC was updated in the August 2019. And when they have gone ahead with conducting the NRC, there were 3.3 crore applicants, and out of this 19.06 lakhs of individuals were excluded from the list, that is from the NRC list, because they lacked the documents to establish that they were citizenship of Assam. As per the Assam Accord of 1985, March 24, 1971 is being taken as a cutoff date for detecting and deporting the foreigners that they are not proved as a citizenship. And this was one of the situation that an individual has been tagged by the foreigners tribunal that he could not prove that he is a citizen of Assam, and he has been tagged as the man of foreigners. But the Guwahati High Court has set aside an order by the foreigners tribunal, which was a 2-year-old, that is from 2019, August 2019, 2-year-old order by the foreigners tribunal that a man has been declared as a foreigner because he has failed to establish a linkage that he was having a relation or being a relative to the pre-1971 voters list, because March 24, 1971 is the cutoff date for detecting and deporting foreigners. So here what is the crucial one for polity perspective is that a 2-year-old order of the foreigners tribunal has been set aside by the Guwahati High Court, and this foreigners tribunal has declared a man as a man of foreigners, but the Guwahati High Court has cleared the order of the foreigners tribunal. And the foreigners tribunal 3 of the Western Assam Barpeta, which has declared an individual, that is Aider Ali, as a foreigner because he failed to establish any linkage with his grandfather and grandmother. But the grandfather and grandmother, those names have been appeared in the voter list of 1970. Please do understand how the Guwahati High Court has cleared the man of foreigners, which wherein it has set aside the 2 years old or the 2019 foreigner tribunal, that it has identified or declared a man as a foreigner because the grandfather and grandmother of Hyder Ali where have been appeared, those names have been appeared in the voter list of 1970. But in spite of that, the Foreigners Tribunal 3 of the Western Assam's Barapeta has declared Hyder Ali as a foreigner, and in turn the court has observed that Hyder Ali was a resident of the Kavaimari Block 12 village, and the court also said that he had documents saying that he was Hyder Ali was a son of Hormuz Ali, and Hyder Ali was a grandson of Nadu Mia. So, as they were both an Indians, the court has observed that Hormuz Ali, that is Hyder Ali's father, was a son of Nadu Mia, and this was duly proved by the voter list of 1970 and 1965. And as this voter list of 1965 and 1970, which was a genuine and which was not questioned by the Assam state, then that is in regards to the Hyder Ali's father and Hyder Ali's grandfather. So definitely based on this, which was not questioned by the state of Assam. So now Hyder Ali was given a status of citizenship of Assam by the Guwahati High Court, and the Guwahati High Court also said that the Foreigners Tribunal order should be set aside, and the Guwahati High Court has ordered the foreigner tag to be removed from the 35-year-old Hyder Ali. So there is a reference that how the 19.06 lakh people were excluded by the NRC, which was taken up in the year 2019, and now the Guwahati High Court has set aside a 2-year-old Foreigners Tribunal order declaring a man, that is Hyder Ali, as a foreigner. So here Guwahati High Court has come into the play, and that is again very important for internal security. This is as per the internal security, you can focus this issue, and in regards to the NRC, Foreigners Tribunal, Guwahati High Court. And there is another news in regards to the economy, that is investment projects have bounced back in the Q4 of 2020 and 2021, and this rebound is strong because of the private sector's investments and government backed capital spending, and this rebounds is for the first time in the pandemic hit here, and this is because of the center's investment stimulus, which has taken up by the Government of India and the Finance Ministry in the year March 2020, and also by the RBI's liberal monetary policy. Both have been the reasons and which have helped to quicken the recovery in the project's investment activities. So this is the keyword. That is, the project's investment activities have been recovered in India during the pandemic hit here. That is especially in the last quarter of 2020 and 2021, both in private sector and the government backed capital spending, because of the center's investment stimulus package and by the RBI's liberal monetary policy. So both these reasons are definitely now reaping the benefits for the project investments activities, and the project execution ratio, which at the ground level has hit a 5-year high, and this is obviously a positive for the investments, that is especially the project's investment activities, and this is as per the projects investment survey, which has been taken up by the projects data or projects today, has said that new projects investment in the last quarter or the quarter 4, that is from January to March 2021, has hit almost 4 lakh crore. That is almost 1 lakh crore or 33.4% higher than the previous quarter, that is the quarter 3 of 2020 and 2021. So definitely this survey has been conducted by Projects Investment Survey by Projects India, and as per this survey, Odisha has received the highest project investments with 62,352 crores, and this has been largely out of this 50,000 crore is by integrated steel plant, which has been announced by ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel, that is India and Japan both together have come up with the ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel, which has been now having the highest investment is in Odisha, and then Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh have followed Odisha in the highest investments with 40,902 crores and 39,610.92 crores respectively. That is Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh together. So this is the projects investment activities which are bouncing even, during the pandemic or during the second and third and fourth wave in different parts of the country, but still the investments are bouncing back, and this is part of economy focus and how the center's investment stimulus package and the RBI's liberal monetary policy has helped to recover the projects investment activities in India. And I hope this session was informative, knowledgeable, and also crucial for mains and prelims perspective of UPSC. So I would say a very big thank you and also a good luck to you all. Do maintain consistency, stick to your schedule, and then also take care of your physical health and mental health. And do not forget to like the video, share the video, and then subscribe the AKS IAS Academy English Medium YouTube channel, and also have access to the website and also the Telegram link of AKS IAS Academy, that is Advanced Knowledge System. And then see you again tomorrow with the daily news analysis at AKS IAS Academy. Till then, thank you, goodbye, and then take care.